Here she is, the one, the only Jessica Anderson from Anderson Kusher with another fine edition of the Alice Love Courts in session. You're slacking over there this morning.
I know, my gavel was far away from its little pad thing, I forget.
What do we have in the Love Court this morning?
So, dear Jessica, I have 2 kids. They live with my ex-wife, but I have visitation every other weekend. When we got divorced, I was having some issues with alcohol and drugs, but I've been sober for the last 2 years. My ex has never shared info with me about the kids, including times and places of their sporting events so that I can participate. When I ask, she ignores me. She says she doesn't have to tell me what the kids are doing on her time. Is this true? What can I do to be more involved?
We have actually had these questions a bunch over the last couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, it's common. So, from mom's perspective, dad obviously had some issues and probably wasn't very present for the kids. It's pretty rare nowadays to not have joint physical custody, to not have equal custody. And the only time I really see it now is in times of like either the parents don't live in the same state, or one parent has substance abuse issues, or there's some violence issues or some mental health issues. But other than that, people usually share their children's time. So, she's probably been taking the laboring oar with the kids for their whole childhood. And now, doesn't want to deal with the fact that now he wants to be involved. However, she does have to include him.
Right.
She does not get to keep him out of the loop with respect to their education, their health care, their extracurricular activities. At the same time, Dad, you might be on the hook for, depending on what your decree says, for half the cost of any extracurricular activities. So if mom says, hey, I want to sign, Bobby up for soccer, and you say yes, then you're going to be on the hook for half of those costs, which, usually that's fine. Parents usually share those costs. Mm-hmm. But then that way, you're also involved in the decision making of whether or not Bobby plays soccer. But in this case, it sounds like mom's just signing the kids up for things and then keeping dad out of the loop. I would push the issue. I'm sure the decree says that if you have joint legal custody, which usually you do have joint legal custody, even if you don't have joint physical custody.
Okay.
Legal custody is the right of a parent to be involved, to know what's going on with their kid, to, talk to teachers, to talk to healthcare providers. But
is it just the right to know, or is it the right to make decisions?
It's both. It's both. Okay. Major decisions parents should be making jointly with joint legal custody. Day-to-day decisions, like, I'm going to get Bobby make him a dentist appointment. Okay. A parent can do that without input from the other parent, although the other parent does have to be told when the appointment is. So if you're being left out of extracurricular activities, you're probably being left out of other important things like school issues, when are parent-teacher conferences, when, what's going on with their health care? Have they been to the dentist in the last year? Those sorts of things. But you absolutely have a right to know. And the only person that's going to protect your parental rights is you. You have to stand up for yourself and make sure that you have access to that info. And if she really won't comply, then maybe get a lawyer to write a letter for you to threaten litigation. I mean, always start there before you actually go to litigation. But then, if you have to go in front of the judge, that is what they're there for, to resolve these sorts of disputes.
How much is the court system backed up?
Oh, wait. I mean, I've been saying this since I started on the show 10 years ago, and I think I'll be saying it 10 years from now. I mean, the court system is very backed up. They're inundated with cases, and there aren't enough judges. So whenever you see on your ballot to expand the family court, you absolutely should.
Do it.
Yes. You should vote yes to those things. But, you can get in on most cases, like emergency issues, you can usually get in within 2 weeks time. But, if you want a full day trial on something, it's months, 3 months, 3.5 months. Yeah.
Another reason why you need a good attorney. All right, Jessica, we have a great portal set up on our website, alice965.com. You answer every single question you receive.
I do. And a lot of times, it's like with this gentleman, for instance, we did go back and forth a little bit because I needed more information to properly answer his question and to get some background. And, that helps me give him some good advice. But also, if he wants to come in or anyone wants to come in and sit down with my business partner and I, John Kusher, and have an in-depth consultation, they can call us at 775-823-0049.